Okay, good afternoon and welcome to your weekly current affairs program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Egosa Agbalao. It's always a delight to know that you are there waiting earnestly to be part of the show. I will allow you to make phone calls into this program. Later on the show, we'll display the phone numbers so you can also contribute to the program, 60 Minutes Nigeria, your favorite current affairs program. Once again, Happy New Year. It is the second edition of the new year. My name is Egosa Agbalao. I have in the studio a very highly respected, distinguished former labor leader in Edo State, and of course, a revered clergyman, Reverend Olu Aderigbigbe. Nice to have you, sir.
Good afternoon.
You look so good today.
Thank you. Good afternoon, viewers, and Happy New Year.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah, so we also have in the studio a commentator of repute. He's also a man that knows the political terrain of this country. He's a clergyman, a leader of congregation, Dr. Emeka Ekuga. Nice to have you today.
Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Yes.
Yes, it's another wonderful good year.
Okay, so today's topic is very important. We're looking at the consequential effect of the current insecurity on the elections. Now, the 2023 election, Nigerians have waited, and now the elections beckon at us. Next month, 25th of February, the elections will start. And it is very crucial. It is one that will be a defining moment in this country. But, there is a but, and you need to understand the reason for this but. We have an umpire. INEC has raised the alarm that with the spate of insecurity in Nigeria, the elections might be postponed. And I know that has made Nigerians to react. A socio-political group from the western part of this country, the Afenifere, has also reacted, and they have advised INEC not to make that mistake, that they should do everything possible to ensure that the elections go on as scheduled. As I speak to you, the PVCs, which is the power that enables Nigerians to vote, Nigerians are collecting theirs at the world level now, and everywhere seems to be busy waiting for the election. I can call you comrade, sir.
Yes, thank you.
A former labor leader, Reverend Olu Aderigbigbe. Now, let's just start from there. Don't you think INEC is being cautious? INEC is right. If this insecurity continue, they have said they might just postpone the election. Do you think that comment is appropriate?
Well, they are right and they are wrong.
Okay.
Because you call them an umpire.
Yes.
And all this could have been taken care of.
Yes.
Before now. And at the same time, we cannot trust any human being in matter of elections. Because we have discovered past electoral umpires at the time of the foundations. And we discovered that the more you look, the less you see. But this time, I pray it's not trying to fly a cat that will not fly. Because if such a cat fly, well, everybody had to begin to hold their heads. One, because this statement tells on failure on the present government. Because before they came in, before Buhari and his team came in, they promised heaven and earth on security. And till today, things are getting worse than before. As I am talking to you right now, we're told, fully informed that even part of Bonu, about some local governments have been overtaken, and they have hosted their flags, that the Boko Harams or whatever you call them. And that is, even at the seat, at the state of the president of the country of Nigeria. The inability, yes, that's in Katsina State. The inability of the present leadership, that they are unable to curb the excess of this Boko Haram or whatever you call them, and they have taken over some local government, is part of failure. And that gave birth to exchange of money for human being, and in which government is partaking from that exchange of human being to money. That encourages anarchy. There's already anarchy in the country of Nigeria.
The government always denies that they never paid ransom for any
well, you can see that even some of them that were released still confess that they saw the government representative negotiating with the bandits.
Is the award against that of the government? So we can't take the award.
We can't take the award because they are part of the. Look, you beat a child. You say you should not cry. You must cry. You kidnapped my family and I pay. And I saw when they were negotiating. And I will make noise. So the better is for you to deny. You may deny it, but the truth remain one. So not on this election will never be postponed. People are ready for it. People are willing for it. And everybody, we are waiting because this election determines the existence of this country. So we will not allow that flight to fly in the country of Nigeria. And where are the service chiefs? Because they started it before. When people complain about the former service chiefs, they retired them and they were promoted. Is that an encouragement? You are promoting failure. So what I think, because of the arrogancy in failure of the present regime, is causing a lot of problem, and that is why hunger has brought a lot of things. Hunger, poverty has created and gave birth to banditry. Because of that, people feel that there will be election and nobody can change it. People are ready to set up their life to make sure this nation stands stronger than it were.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Reverend Lua Adelugbe, I told you, he is a former Labour leader in Edo State, so you can see the passion, you can see the emotion. That's the way Labour leaders, that's the way they take their position. He has advised Nigerians not to be perturbed that the elections we hold and that government must carry out its statutory, its constitutional responsibilities, which number one is the safety, the protection of lives and property. Dr. Emeka.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, I want to thank God for the life we have today. And I also want to join my voice with my Oga here, our former Labour leader, my bishop, my reverend. Insecurity, if you mention Nigeria, you didn't mention insecurity, it's not complete. So when you said Nigeria, you will add insecurity. We are used to it now. But it's unfortunate. In 2015, before the general election, there was a threat of cancelling election because of insecurity. But the election held. In 2019, there was also a threat of cancelling an election too. But at the end, the election still held. It's too painful to me, I must say this. Once election on 25th of February, you will see soldiers all over. You will see police all over. You will see civil defense all over. You will see all manner of security agents all over. And the election we hold, at the same time, I believe the same thing will happen in this 2023. For INEC to come up and say the election might be cancelled because of insecurity, in fact, is a threat that will not hold water. They cannot cancel election. What I expected of them is that they put measures to see how insecurity should be a thing of the past. And it will be in 2023 after election. When Nigerians vote the right person who will be able to stand tall and not to do business with Nigerians. Not to do business with Nigerians. Because this insecurity of a thing, I was wondering, I began to imagine what happened in Edo State, for example, in the train attack. Where did they come from? They didn't pass through the bush. They passed through road.
We don't have that information. We only heard that the train station was attacked.
Agbalaho?
But their modus operandi, their style, we don't really have information.
Agbalaho, let's agree we don't have the information.
Yes.
But I'm telling you with my own kind of belief and finding and suggestions that these same people pass through the road. They pass through the road. Are you getting me?
Yes.
To enter into the state. They pass through borders. They pass through one village or one state to another. I was discussing with a papa here a few minutes ago, and we heard one voice that we are the problem to ourselves. In my village, I should be able to know a stranger. I should be able to know what the person comes to do. Because whenever we talk about insecurity, we impose it only on the government. We said maybe the governor or the president or the senator, or just talk about the governance. We impose it only on them. But we forgot that, or we talk about the security chiefs. We said the commissioner of police, yes, he bears the responsibilities based on the security head or whatsoever. The governor, the number one security, what do you call him? Chief.
Yes, security chief.
Security chief of the state. So, but we should also come home to reason this. In my village, I should be able to know who is the stranger. I should be able to know the kind of work we've come to do within the space of weeks. How did you come in? How you go out, I should be able to know. But be it far from we Nigerians. Today, you will be in your community. A stranger will enter, you won't find out who is this person looking for. You won't raise an alarm. If you see something, you say something. It's no longer existing. Knowing how the country is, as much as insecurity is concerned. So I am in my mind here that we are also a problem to ourselves.
Okay.
And not only that, only we can also stop insecurity.
Okay.
If the government have failed us, must we fail ourselves? We must not fail ourselves. The kings are there. The chiefs are there that represents the villages and what have you. Time to time, they should be able to call their subjects and say, so place, we're hearing so thing is happening. This thing should be checkmates, but nothing of that nature. And that is where it began to boil my mind and said, is this not business?
But don't you think they are overwhelmed? Maybe this
they can only
at the local level are overwhelmed.
We agree. The states, sir, the villages, the states, and what have you are overwhelmed. Do we agree? Just like we're saying, the federal government, the Nigeria as a whole now is almost overwhelmed. He just mentioned the areas in local governments in a particular state in Borno, that is in Borno state, where the flags of Boko Haram has been raised. They have taken over everywhere. And the federal government will stand up and tell us, the spokesperson of the president and the minister of information will tell us, Boko Haram has been defeated. It's not one, it's not two, it's not three. I don't know the one compromising it. That's where the problem is. And that is where I tell you, it's like, this is now a business. It's a business. When they strike, those who they put in motion, you discovered nobody makes noise. They will give us reasons of rescuing and dispatching security personnel, and we will keep waiting and waiting and nothing is happening.
Dr. Meka, thank you for your opening remarks. We must also make it very, very explicit here that, yes, it is the duty of government to provide security, and at different fora, government officials have also informed the public how they are working to ensure the safety of lives and property, and of course, heads of security agencies have also assured residents of their safety, and we can see what they are doing. But my guests are of the opinion that more can be done. The residents can team up, can support government to provide security. And I think that actually gave birth to these vigilantes as
community policing,
Edo State Security Network, you know, just to complement the service rendered by security agencies. And we need to encourage them. Reverend Lo, yes.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
But thank God, the former IG,
yes,
Solomon Arase, introduced community policing.
Yes.
And that thing started well before it was frustrated. There was debate or no debate. It was by force. The thing has sprang out to Amotekun and whatever. And to today, we are part of the state, of the country of Nigeria. They are the security, local security agents are allowed to carry gun. Some parts of the country of Nigeria are not allowed. And till today, nobody want to use his head to break coconut. So for this reason, I want to say that, one, community policing should be intensified. Secondly, hunger can kill faith. We are the head of the villages there. They are hungry. Most of their crops have been destroyed by cow, and they cannot talk. A situation where a man killed a cow and the man was arrested, and the community was besieged, and they dealt with them. And most of the head of the community too, corruption has so deep into their life that the strangers, they close their eyes to strangers. Three, the police that are supposed to look at the last incident now at the train station. If you travel from here to Ore, you have about 18 to 20 checking points. And for every checking point of police, you have to allow something to go. You are chasing shadow. When we have problems here, from that incident place, I count how many police checking points that we have before you get to that train station. Find out. And to the people in the environment, did they not have people there? Is there no head of the village or community there? But because they close their eyes, because sometimes hunger can kill faith. When hunger blow you, you close your eyes. You can take anything. All this matter we are talking is based on corruption. It's based I don't care attitude. Are you telling me that the commissioner of police in the state did not know that as everybody goes along, some people on the street here, they are working, they still take some money. Even with the empowerment of vigilante in the state, that was giving us a time to sleep a bit. But some of them now, also they are relaxing. Until that meeting with the governor and some people at Edo, where the governor said whether he promised to increase their stipend. Because if you don't increase their stipend, they will close their eyes too. You should be able to encourage the people who want to scale their life gun for gun. And you want to equip them. So some of them carry gun, yes. But what do we do? The corruption has so entrenched into the life of those who are supposed to be our leaders. They close their eyes. So that is why the stranger enter and begin to, rob and kill people. And we see, go back to what we are talking about, election. Election will take place. And like he said, when there is election, you see Mopo, you see soldiers, you see all paramilitary doing what? So people now know what happened before. They now be prepared to scare their life for this coming election. That I'm coming to vote, and I'm going to stay there. My vote will count. And whatever way they want to rig election, it will not work. So what it is, we ourselves, sometimes we have problems of ourselves. We cannot make noise. Even when we make noise, the voice of people will not be heard. Because where a rich man is talking, a poor man says he has an idea. Which idea? Your idea will not count. If I mention one or two names here in the state, like police arrest, as I've ever had police will ever arrest them. Even in this election that is taken in primary, there are some cases in court that police refuse to invite the accused person up to now because of power that be. The moment we begin to do partiality, we have to be favoritism in anything, we will not get it right. But this time around, everybody is prepared because I know who I want to vote for. You know you want to vote for.
Yes.
If we are three here and two of us voted for one person, and you say it's only one man that did not vote win the election, what will happen? So I pray that the present ruling class will not give room for anarchy or demonstration, or call it in any language you may think of, that, so that the way we are going, everybody, we are all right, and we are suffering. So somebody that is down, fear no fall. You say you pray, make it not that.
Yeah.
You're already down, so what are you talking about? So this time around, no power can postpone. Mark it.
Yeah.
People are praying, both in churches, or in mosques, or in the traditional. They are praying that we want to free from this slavery that we find ourselves. This hunger and poverty we find ourselves. We are right in the land of Sodom and Gomorrah, where everything goes for bad, and it is time that Nigerians should rise. They should not be afraid. And I mean it. That the election on February.
That's a powerful word of encouragement.
Yes.
Thank you.
They should not be afraid. They should come out to go and vote. Nobody will kill them. And before we want to kill them before election, they will die. Forget about any police. Forget about any military person. Hunger does not know family. Hunger does not know tribe. Hunger does not know soldier man. Hunger does not know general officer or whatever you call them, or commissioner of police. If hunger, you strike me with hunger, I'm ready to lay off my life for it. And that is because I have to say, I'm going to 73. My children supposed to come out to inherit or to see what the legacy I left behind. But when you want to, what I don't care about death. I will go and vote, and I've told my children to go and vote. Nobody will either kill all of us, we will not say we make God.
Thank you very much, sir. That's the Rolu. But we'll just take a brief break now. After this brief break, then Dr. Meka Ekuga will also make his comments. We are looking at insecurity and, of course, the conduct of the 2023 election vis-a-vis the recent public statement by INEC that INEC might be forced to postpone the election if this insecurity is not abated. But my guests have posited, election we hold, but all Nigerians must put in concerted effort to actually curb insecurity. We'll be with you after this break. Okay, it's always a delight to have you back. It is 60 Minutes Nigeria. I hope you are enjoying your time with us. Spending your 60 minutes with us is worth the while. And of course, those of you just joining us, spending part of your 60 minutes with us is also worth the while. We are talking about insecurity. We're looking at the conduct of the 2023 election. As a Nigerian, do you think INEC is right to have made a public statement that INEC might postpone the election because of insecurity? Do you think they are right? So we have the phone number 070-8365-1320. I'll call the number again, 070-8365-1320. So the number is on your screen. You can contribute to this program. Dr. Meka, yes. Now, Nigerians are already going for their PVC. It's an indication that they are ready for the election. So this comment by INEC, don't you think might just discourage them?
Well, like I said before, threat of insecurity to postpone election is no longer a new thing to Nigerians. We've been voting before today. And I want to encourage Nigerians not to get scared, not to get disturbed. You see, there is something that bothers me when we are talking about insecurity. It should not be addressed only towards election. We should talk about insecurity even after election. I know the next president will have a measure he will take to curtail insecurity in this country, and we must overcome. But for today, once it is election time, my brother, you will see helicopters flying.
So you are very sure during the conduct of the election there will
be adequate security everywhere. My brother, we witnessed it before now. Do we drive? We trek. That's why you vote close to where you are.
Exactly.
You trek to where you are going to vote. And good enough now, the electronic voting now, through what do you call it,
The beavers.
Yes. Has been able to also help to strengthen insecurity. What do I mean? If there is no ballot box to carry, no, what do you call it, sir? No ballot box to snub, no, whatever.
Tawdry.
Thank you.
Yes.
So what are we going to be afraid of insecurity for? If you come there as a member of PDP, you want to destroy ballot box because it's Labour Party owned, or because it is APC owned, or you come as an APC, you're only wasting your time. You'll be dealt with. Because every one of us as a Nigerian, we made up our mind of whom to vote for. We made up our mind. So on that day, we will queue up. I've collected my PVC. I told you that last December we came here. And so many of us, if you go to the road and you see a lot of, to the schools and the local governments, and they pull in whatever, you see a lot of people also collecting their own PVC. Nigerians were ready to vote. So if INEC get up and say they are canceling election because of insecurity, they're only trying to threaten Nigerians, and that threat will hold no water.
Like it is. They make you the captain to be a leader of hawk.
Yeah.
And you cannot carry chicken. You resign. Because this is what they are doing now, what is supposed to have done before. This voter card, they are now going from local government, ward to ward. This is what's supposed to have happened. Because many of them have really filled their form for which voters card. They were not giving. Some of them, they were looking for money before they can get their voters card. They stayed there for many years. It is now they are now bringing it to local government, to wards. What they're supposed to have done is what they are now doing. But leave that as it is. Yes. Whether a helicopter fly, it depends on who is piloting the helicopter for what purpose.
Yes.
Because Shagari, what is the name of the President Buhari? No problem. Is that one, is on history, is on record that is the opposition party that took over for a ruling party. And they prepared the people that they took over for. They prepared gun, every other thing we knew. And people like us too. And we voted. So no power, no person want. PDP promised they will rule for 50 years. But that's the voice of man. That's not the voice of God.
And APC won.
And APC won. That is the first party to
defeat opposition.
To defeat the opposition party, to defeat the ruling class. It's also coming right now. And they will do all things. Nobody wants to allow Oni to leave his mouth. The Buhari, he wants to leave. He wants somebody to replace him who he can control. That is it in many governments. So for now, it's coming. We are coming to it again. For seeing a helicopter, who is the helicopter or the military gun? Who are they protecting? Are they protecting the people, or
they are monitoring?
Or monitoring who? Monitoring with gun and cutlass, and with AK-47 or sophisticated rifle to scare the people. This is the question we have to find out. If you are doing it genuinely, we find out it is okay.
No, he has said it. He said if whatever is being done now is to protect Nigerians,
fine. Let me tell you, yes. We are going to vote. People are going to vote on February.
Must.
Did Boko Haram not block Aso Rock Road? It was a record that they block road to Aso Rock.
And yet people are passing.
And people are still passing. They did not close Aso Rock. So that threat will not work. And whoever want to change the will of the people, they will invite revolution. It will be more than inside. So let everybody in government, either serving or retire, be warned. Say warning that you cannot change the destiny of the people. Enough is enough. We have to wake up from a nation that your son has graduated for 10 years, no work, that you are going every second. Nobody wants to fight for the people. Every second, we are the people. Even in the churches, even in the labor. Every labor man now want to become governor because Osomole became the first governor out of the labor. People, they abandon their responsibility in protecting the workforce. That is why they increase fuel every day, every second. When they want to come in, they will talk soft. But by the time they are there, look at Liar Mohammed or whatever they call him. He will lie to us every second, and we are suffering in the country of Nigeria.
Liar Mohammed cannot defend himself, sir. So you cannot call him Liar Mohammed.
He said his grandson, his grandchildren call him. Like, why do people call you Liar Mohammed? I will not talk more than ask him. So enough is enough. We are going to vote. All those military people, if they want to serve, if they are for the country of Nigeria, they should. Their conscience is God in man. And anyone who feels that they are untouchable, there is nothing God cannot do. But God will do it, but we should have action.
Yes.
The nation, the citizenry of this country should put action. If there is no action, we are just praying for nothing. But when you pray, you back it up. Go on, whatever, even Moses, they pray. But God said that they should move forward. The nation should move forward and not be afraid about the threat of INEC. Carry your voter's card. Thank God we have electoral voting now. We have BV or whatever you call it.
BVAS.
BVAS is
that will eliminate touch ballot stuffing or
the election will be announced. The result will be announced from the source. If this is done, it will cope all those there. We don't need soldiers. We need ourselves, and that's all.
Okay, so, Dr. Emeka. Now you've heard what Reverend Lou Adegbuwe has said. Yes, the election will go on. He's very emphatic about that.
Yeah.
So how should this election be conducted in a proper way?
Well, we've been witnessing elections before, and to improve on it, I believe INEC must have done what they're supposed to do. They must have presented their, report card before the exams. They have tested it in so many areas, even with this BV, whatever now. So I want to also encourage them. They should start on time. They should start on time so that people will not be a kind of stopped from voting. And at the same time, now people are taking their PVC everywhere. That means the number of voters in 2023 will be more than the numbers of voters in 2029 or 2015 thereabout. So I encourage them to mobilize. I encourage them to start whatever they want to do on time. Mobilize. Issue of insecurity is not going to be a problem to our election. I want to encourage the INEC to make sure they do the right thing at the right time. And at the same time, the government should also put effort. They should assist. Like in Edo State here, I trust the governor should be able to encourage the security personnel, the Commissioner of Police, the Assistant Inspector General of Police, in the operations and everywhere you may think about the civil defense, if the soldiers are permitted to come out, maybe to kind of assist because of unforeseen circumstances, they should also do. And why they are coming, they should not come to scare people away. They should come there, believe that they are there to protect people. And I think everything will go down well. I have a strong belief, like Reverend said, no man can stop this election in 2023. Because if they do, honestly, it's going to be worse than NSAS. It's going to be worse. People are prepared and ready to vote their conscience, their choice of leader they want in 2023 upwards. Yes. So INEC should also stand out. They should not compromise. I must say this.
But before now, INEC has made it clear that this election surely will be credible.
Yeah.
And President Muhammadu Buhari has also assured Nigerians that he will not interfere.
Yes.
That Nigerians should vote for...
Yes. We've been hearing this. We've been hearing this in the past. Credible. I agree with you. I am still ailing my voice today. Like you said, hunger. An INEC resident commissioner, whom you know is fully in charge of election, whom you know everything boils down to his table, and a particular political party contestants brought bags of Ghana must go. This time around, they should not sell our futures. They should not collect. I didn't say they collected yesterday. Something happened, yes. Which day here, INEC said they are not like police that collects money. INEC said they are not like police. Police replied to them, they don't collect money. And I overheard people saying it in one way or the other. He said, go to the highways. Why will a police chief or whomever say they don't collect money? Tell us we will stop collecting money than saying you are not collecting money. So the same thing I'm saying to INEC, because it has come down to this point. And even to we masses that are voting, we should not sell our future. We are the problem to ourselves. Why must you collect money from a politician? And you expect him to deliver what you want? Why must we? And you expect insecurity to stop? When you collect money and you eat it up today, you finish it today, tomorrow you begin to find a way to get money back.
What should you understand?
Yes.
One, in every polling booth areas, all those beer parlor, drinking arena of eatteries should be closed.
Normally,
but it's supposed to be so, sir, because that day there is no work, no business.
The last election, we saw that place where trade by barter took place.
Okay, inside the polling units.
And
like some of those bars.
Yes, all the bar around, all those, you get coke there, you have staff there. All those beer parlor around every polling booth.
Polling station.
For the sake of prosperity, for the sake of the nation, for how many hours? Even for 3 days, they should close. And if they cannot be closed, be security agency, that's where they come for. It's not all of them that should wear uniform. They can be inside.
These guys.
Yes, they can. That's why we have
plain uniform
intelligent reports. Because you are talking about rigging, start from somewhere. If you can be able to monitor the eateries around and some unscrupulous areas where you cannot question, you can ask me to go and drink something.
Yes.
But I get there, but I'm negotiating. How many bottles of beer you buy? How many then you pay? We are paying indirectly for new
for votes.
For votes. So the area is what you should know and find out what is going on. It's not that. And
what you just brought up now. You are informing Nigerians now that politicians are very smart.
Yes.
In fact, according to my father-in-law, they are Irogwe. Yes. So that is the truth. So that is the truth.
Yes.
All those cannot seller around, all those where they sell and buy.
Yeah, those who hawk.
They should stop.
Very
for
important.
The period of the election.
That is the source, the beginning of vote buying. And but they say somebody was what happened in the primaries of all of these politicians, the political parties. Money were changing hand through the ice cream, dollars for that matter. You see, and that is why.
Reverend.
That is the problem we have today. The moment you can highest bidder, did they arrest anybody till today?
The question I wanted to ask now.
Was arrested.
I wanted to ask question, Reverend.
Because no evidence. Is there no evidence?
Is there any law?
There was evidence. They arrested some people. Do you hear anything?
Reverend, is there any law?
Look, the less you see.
Is there any law that is attached as regard to this?
No, there's no law. Normally during the election.
Integrity is what you are talking about. If we who are the grassroots can be suffering and be smiling, we will smile, we will suffer till we die. Integrity is what we are talking about. It's who you are and how you want your nation to be. An American man can sacrifice any to save one soul, but Nigerian man will not do that. So what we should start the campaigning now. There are still few days.
Yes.
The town criers, all those who sell around, will be careful. We will not allow you during the election.
Yeah, around the police stations.
Yes, around the police units. You let them know, so that people also will know that if a bird know how to fly without stopping, without
hunter will know how to
the hunter will know how to shoot without missing.
Without missing.
So that is how people should go about. All these politicians are not that they go into beer parlors.
Yes.
And they rehearse it in the night. This is where you are going to meet. This is who I go to meet. This is what you are going to meet. And at the end of the day, money is changing hands. That is why the police should do their work. The DSS should do their work. The FCC should do their work. Whatever. If there is conscience, we don't need soldiers. Because the soldiers will come out to embarrass people if they have interest for somebody to protect.
Okay. Now, I must quickly interject here and make this statement. That something has come up here, And I think that the authorities will surely intervene and do something about it. My guest has said, yes, during the election, hawkers, those who sell, those who do bricks business, you know, the bars, the drinking, whatever, should not be allowed near the polling units. He has said that some of this cash inducement takes place within such places. That sometimes you see people drinking and somebody comes and says, oh, I take care of all. It's for a reason. And that politicians are very, very smart people. So in other words, security agencies should be smarter. The authorities must be proactive. And I think that's what Reverend Lua Adenibu has just said. And I think the authorities should take heed to what he has said. Dr. Emeka, now, moving forward, what's your advice to Nigerians regarding this 2023 election?
All right. Some time ago I said it. We cannot queue to collect our PVC and become a waste. Moving forward, we should also advise ourselves. For instance, I cannot imagine myself suffering all this wine. I queued in the filling station the other day, 280. And then the fuel you buy, in the next, before you drive to some kilometers, it's over. It has burnt off. You buy for generator. In fact, everything you do today is on the high side. And then you will come out to vote for somebody because he gave you a bag.
Bag of rice.
A bag of rice cake.
Bag of beans.
A bag of beans? What are you talking about? Less than 3 cups packaged. Give you brochure. Give you cap. Or t-shirt. And you concluded is the best for you in the next election. I think what Nigerians should do now is to calculate where we are coming from and think of where we are going.
Yes.
And by the time you are able to analyze where you are coming and where you are going, you'll be able to pause and vote a candidate that will be able to stand for you any day, any time in the next future. So my advice to Nigerians, go and vote. The candidates are all there. You know the political parties. You should be able to know who is good enough, who has conscience enough, who is credible enough. You should be able to know from the past what each and every one of them can do. And when you understand all this, vote the right person.
Thank
and
you
I'm
very
sure
much.
Nigeria
Thank you.
will be returned back to its glory again.
Thank you. Reverend Lua,
There is
your
no need
closing
to-
remarks.
There is
Yes.
no need to preach. The truth must be said.
Yes.
If the condition you are living now,
Yes.
you are happy about it, and the cost will go to your children and yourself, that God should let me be in condition like this forever and my generation, go and vote. If you want a new life where you want to be free, a person who will direct the nation and right, that will not be increasing fuel. Fuel is now going to how much?
280.
280, and nobody talk, no protest. So if you continue to want to be in that condition, go and vote. But if you don't want that condition, you want your children to be all right and want blessing, go and vote right. But if you don't not, tell God, I want to suffer forever with my generation, go and vote. So this is
So they don't know who to vote for.
Yes, you don't know.
I think that's the best thing.
If you want to be in hunger forever, you want to suffer kidnapping, you cannot travel, and you are still enjoying it, go and vote. You and your children continue to be in the den of kidnapper all through your life. If you are another person who will now go and sell all the property of the country and give to his friend,
Go and vote.
and you are happy, go and vote, and you continue to be in problem, and you become owing. We are owing how many trillion? You continue to Nigeria. A child yet unborn is already a debtor. So if you want yourself and your generation to be in debt, go and vote. But vote wisely, vote your conscience, vote a man that will not allow to liquidate. We are already in trouble. Nigeria is for sale.
Thank you very much. I want to thank my guest, Reverend Oluwaderegbigbe, former Labour leader. You need to understand, it's very emotional today because he's actually saying Nigerians must participate in the 2023 election to determine the future of this country. You must not sit on the fence. You must play your part. You must be a part of the decision. And I think that's the summation of what he has said. I also want to thank Dr. Emeka Ekuga, who has also said this election is very important. So that he cannot stand, he has spent hours, days to ensure that he gets his PVC. He cannot waste it. And I think that also applies to all citizens. You have gotten your PVC, you know what you passed through to get your PVC. Ensure that on that day you vote and you vote right. Cash inducement must not be allowed. Don't allow any politician to just deceive you on your way to vote. You must make up your mind now on who to vote for. So thank you very much, Reverend Oluwaderegbigbe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Emeka.
Thank you.
God bless you and the
Okay, so that's the program for this week. I'm very convinced you have enjoyed today's discussion. Keep a date with me. God willing, next week, we'll look at another national topic again, another national issue. Do have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye-bye.